And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to my review of Rolling Bandits. This is a game in which you are a bunch of bandits robbing a train, jumping from car to car, trying to get the treasure. You're doing so by rolling dice, because that's what bandits would do. They would jump on the train and roll dice and say, give me all your jewels. Well, in this game, you're just taking over cars of the train. It's kind of like mixing Yahtzee, but head-to-head Yahtzee, rather than, anyway, it's just this. Try to put more dice in a car than somebody else. Here's how it plays. You're going to place all the cards out to form, well, a train, and this is the back of the train, and you can see the engine there is the front of the train. On a player's turn, they're going to take the 7 dice of their color, and they're going to roll them, forming groups with them. So here I have a horseshoe, 2 bandit symbols, and a cowboy boot, and 3 wilds. You then can place these on the train if you want to. So I might put, you have to keep all the dice together, these 2 bandit symbols here. On that one, I'll put this here, and I'll put the cowboy boot plus the 3 wilds on this space here, because those wilds can go with any group. Now, the next player is going to go, because nothing has happened yet. What you're trying to do is you are trying to have the most dice on a card at the beginning of your turn. You also have to have at least the number of dice shown here. So here I need at least 3, here I need at least 2, here I need at least 1. There's also trunks there. So here there's a trunk in each of the cars, and these trunks are placed randomly here at the beginning of the game. But when you have at least 3 bandits that have the same symbol as the trunk in a wagon, you take it and do whatever it says. Oh no! This is a bomb! All players with bandits in this wagon take them off except for 1 die per player. Oh no, a bomb is no good. But they're not all bombs. Sometimes you can keep them in the future and it gives you an extra roll and things like that. So maybe the next player is going to go. So they roll the dice here. They put them in groups like this. And they say, okay, I'm going to put these 2 hats here. I'm going to put these 2 horseshoes here, plus an extra die. I'm going to put this here and this here. And now it goes back to the red player's turn. The red player is not winning anything. They need 3 dice here, they don't have it. They need 2 dice here, they don't have it. They need 1 die here, they have it, but they don't have more dice than all the other players. So they would roll the dice like this. Now I got a horseshoe and 2 blanks. Now I have to put the horseshoe here because I already have a train with horseshoes on. You can't have 2 trains with the different symbols on at any point. And then I'm going to put the 2 blanks here again. So now we go back to the blue player's turn. At the beginning of their turn, they have the most dice here, but they don't have 4. They don't have the most dice here. They don't have the most dice here, but here they have the most dice, and they have at least 2 dice, so they are going to win this car, which is going to be worth points at the end of the game, and everyone's going to take their dice back, and the train gets a little shorter. So you don't have to put out all your dice each turn, but you do have to follow them in a row. So the next time red rolls dice, let's say red rolls a couple of horseshoes here, for example. Red can start going in the next car because it's after theirs. If you don't have any dice in the train, you have to start at the last car, but you might just throw 1 die in to skip ahead to a car that you want. Now these trunks that you get are going to be worth points. You see them here. And the cars that you collect are also going to be worth points. And you're going to keep going until we've gotten the locomotive and all the wagons. Someone has collected them. And you simply then will add together the points on everything that you've collected. And whoever has the most points is the winner. Blue-orange always makes everything of high quality. The dice in this game are of no exception. You got yellow, green, red, and blue. They can all be placed here in this. The trunks all fit here in the middle, and then the cards, it's a nice insert. The cards themselves, they all look pretty similar. I think they could have made them maybe, they're different colors and different windows, I suppose, and then you just have the numbers here. But there really isn't a lot needed for this game. You have dice, cards, and trunks. It's pretty simple, really. Rolling Bandits is a 2 to 4 player game for 8 and above. And I mentioned that Blue Orange has made a lot of great games that work well with adults and kids. And I can see this one working well with adults and kids. Well, I've played it with adults and kids. But I'll tell you this, I think it's a kid's game. For adults, it's okay, right? I mean, you roll dice, you put them on trains, you have some decisions to make. But for the most part, after a while, I put 2 cowboy hats and you have 3 boots there and you're winning. So then I roll my turn and I put another cowboy hat. Now we're tied. Then you roll and add another one, and then I roll and I add 2 more. Then you roll and miss, and I got it. And with 3 or 4 players, that can go around even more. And many times the final cards in the game come down to just who rolls the most symbols at the end. But I notice that kids really like it. They love that, oh, I can roll. And there's a few rules. And I will say the rule book explaining how to put the groups in the cards, it's not completely intuitive the very first time. Once you do it for a bit, it makes more sense. But just for kids, that whole rolling and seeing what happens and taking the cards can be very exciting. Scores can be really unbalanced in this game. Someone might just get lucky and get a higher score than everybody else. The trunks are kind of just all over the place. Some trunks blow up, some don't. But at the end of the day, I think it's a game that kids are going to enjoy. It's high quality. It can handle, the kids playing, rolling the dice and stuff. And once you teach a couple, 2 or 3 kids, they'll sit there and just play it for a while. And I think in that aspect, I can recommend this as a kid's game. For adults, I feel like they might find it to be too lucky because it is, sort of. The theming, of course, robbing a train maybe not be the best thing, but I don't think robbing of trains is something that happens very much these days, and so it can just be silly fun, and there's really no gunplay involved in the game. You're just rolling dice. So, as with Blue Orange, they make these great dice rolling games that work well with families, and like I said, I'll play this with my kids. I just think they will enjoy it more than I do. Dice Tower Judgment, a push your luck game that kids are going to like.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.